Hey, what's going on, guys? Crow Murder 15 here with a new episode of Convlog. Got a lot of cool stuff to talk about, so let's go ahead and get right into it with some Game Bros news. So we hope you've been enjoying the Fallout 76 episodes. This is in line with us trying to find more online games to play together whenever the others aren't able to come down to the Crow's Nest and record, like, in person. But it's been a lot of fun. We've been having a lot of great times with it. Even though I will say, last weekend, Ryoko surprised me a little bit by picking up Ray and bringing him down, so all three of us were together and able to record a few episodes together, which was really fun. Speaking of that, there has been some work-related schedule changes around to where we might be able to start recording more of all three of us instead of just two at a time, whether it's me or Ryoko or me and Ray. But it's getting to the point where all three of us might start being able to do that. Now, that's not probably going to happen for a little while because Ryoko does have a lot of stuff going on in her personal life right now with vendor events, Ghostbusters events. So it's going to be a while, but hopefully in the near future we'll be having more episodes where all three of us are in the same room together. Just, you know, life happens and we're trying to our best to accommodate for that because our real lives come first. And I've said that many times on the channel that, like, you know, this is, you know, while I would love for this to kick off as a career for me and some of the others to pay them and everything for their services, you know, helping out with the channel and stuff, this is just something that we do for fun right now. So maybe one day down the road, who knows. But anyway, so with that being said, though, I have noticed something with the audio, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed it too. Some episodes where we have more than two people, the other group that has the other mic, you can't really hear that well, except for like one or two people. Or like one person is a little bit, aside from myself, one person is louder than the other. So I finally broke down and got some new gear. Got a new soundboard, I got another microphone. So now we have 3 mics, and hopefully in the next few episodes, not coming up soon because I just now got these pieces, so this is going to be like probably closer to the end of April, beginning of May is when this is going to happen, when we have more than 2 people actually in the Crow's Nest recording. There's going to be a significant difference to where you can actually hear everybody. This is something that I've been trying to, not necessarily avoid, but I've been trying to find workarounds for that, and just the bottom line is I just had to get some better equipment. So hopefully it shows. But anyway, going from that to con news, next con I will be attending more than likely will be KazaCon near the end of April. I believe that's the 26th through the 28th. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check that out. If I do go, it's probably only going to be one day because it's going to be around the time that my spring finals are going to be. Because my spring finals are normally around the first or second week of May, and that takes priority because I'm going to be graduating in December, even though this is technically my last week of, well, not week, last semester of classes. Sorry, I'm still trying to wake up a little bit. This is my last semester of actual classes, though I do have to return in the fall for an internship. I'm not sure where that's going to be yet, but then at the end of December, I'm going to be graduating. So that's got to take top priority. I got to make sure all these classes are passed and everything, and I do really good on my finals. Then, of course, there's going to be Natsu in June, then SubasaCon in October. There might be a couple little small conventions here and there, but as always, guys, if I happen to go any of these smaller conventions, I will be sure to let you know. Now, the only one that I'll be doing stuff at is SubasaCon, which actually the panel applications are up. I still have not put in for Whose Line yet. I've been kind of busy, so I need to put that in really soon. So that way you guys can enjoy Whose Line for SubasaCon this year. So from going from that to personal news, there's something I actually wanted to talk about today, and I can't remember if this happened in between the last episode of Convlog and this one, or if it happened right before I recorded, or right after I recorded the last episode. But it's something that got brought to my attention I wanted to discuss, even though the matter itself was laughed off, but it got me thinking. So, not to drop names or anything like that, even though I'm sure this person doesn't care if like we tell them who it is. But anyway, so a friend of mine made a post about something along the lines of Fallout 76, where we play it all the time. We actually have a group. We do, well, you can't really do raids, but you do group events and that kind of stuff. It's really fun. But anyway, so my friend made a comment on somebody else's post, something along the lines of, I can't remember the exact wording, but it was something along the lines of, you know, oh, team up with me, end up dead, or something like that, because I'll loot all over the place and everything. And then somebody else on this post started berating my friend about playing Fallout 76, saying along the lines of, like, if you play Fallout 76, you hate gaming, it's terrible, all this, blah, 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 and just basically shooting them down for liking a video game. And, I mean, and saying along the lines of, like, you punk teenager. It was just stupid. And we all laughed it off, but it got me really thinking about something. And I wanted to address this, and it's not necessarily about video games in particular. It could also involve television shows, movies, music, art, just a plethora of things. But where I'm a gamer, you know, this is something that relates with me, so I'm going to use video gaming as an example. You shouldn't berate somebody just because they like a video game that you don't. Say like I said, going back to Fallout 76, I know quite a few people that do not like this game, and they're entitled to their opinion. I thoroughly enjoy the game. I think it's fantastic. Does it have its problems? Of course it does. But I look past those problems and still have a good time. And that's something that, and this also goes along with, like, opinions on anything. Top 10 countdowns, for example, which I promise those will be coming soon. I promise. Soon. But anyway, it's all a matter of opinion. And I like discussing stuff with people that they don't particularly like and find out why. You know, it's something that gets on my nerves when somebody says, well, I don't like this. Well, why? Just because I don't like it. You know, that's not a reason. You know, it could be the gameplay, it could be the graphics, it could be the story. And those are all valid reasons. And that's something that I feel like that we need to focus on more, rather than just the hating of a game in particular and showing dislike towards people that like that particular game. Because, you know, just because I disagree with you doesn't mean that I don't like you. Let's say, for example, that I'm talking about rock and roll music, and somebody doesn't like rock and roll music. And I'm like, okay, why don't you like rock and roll music? They can say, oh, it's too heavy, or, you know, I don't like the constant screaming for some bands. Example, you know, Slipknot does a lot of, not necessarily screaming, but a lot of growling and that kind of stuff. I know Corey does do a lot of singing through Slipknot and Stone Sour, but just an example. But those are valid reasons to not like a particular genre of something. And this discussion, and they're like, okay, well, I don't particularly like country music. I don't know, it just feels too samey, too poppy. I like older country that actually sounds country. Like new age stuff, I don't know, just to me it sounds too poppy. I mean, when you got somebody like Tim McGraw using auto-tune for his vocals, which was a song a few years ago came out, that's not country to me. So, but it's just a point of, if you don't like something, fine. The only thing I ask is have valid reasons for it, and don't hate on the people that like it that you don't. If they have valid reasoning for not liking something, then accept it. You know, I'm not saying you have to be buddy-buddy with this person and be like their best friend of all time. I'm just saying, you know, just be courteous, be a human being, for God's sakes, which, you know, has long gone since, you know, the past few years. Is like common decency of, like, just having a different opinion than somebody is just like, oh, you have a different opinion than me, you don't like something, well, I wish death upon you and your entire family, you know, that it's just ludicrous. It's just benign to me. It's like, why? Why would you think, why would you have that sort of mentality just because somebody doesn't agree with your opinion? So, I don't know. I know I get a little preachy on here sometimes and everything like that, but just, you know, I try to show everybody, you know, hey, try to be the best you can be and at least try to be a decent human being. So, I don't know. It just got me thinking about that kind of stuff, and it's like, you know, agree to disagree. If somebody doesn't like the things that you do, that's fine. If they have valid reasons for it, that's fine. And if they don't have valid reasons for it, just push them aside. They're not even worth your time. It's like, I don't like this. Why? Just because I don't like it. You're not worth my time. I'm not saying, like, be rude about it or anything. Just you know, excuse yourself. And you're like, okay, I'm done with this conversation. I'll see you later. But anyway, guys, sorry to get a little, like I said, a little preachy on that. But I don't know. Just something that was on my mind I wanted to share with you guys. And let me know what you think. You know, do you think that's something valid that this society needs more of, just because you disagree with somebody, meaning like, you know, oh, I'm not gonna like this person at all and I'm gonna berate them by name calling or death threats and that kind of stuff? You know, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I've got a good bit of stuff to do today. I'm actually troubleshooting the new equipment that we have, so hopefully that goes well. We're not doing any recording this week. Ray's busy, Ryoko's busy with vendor stuff, and so I'm going to hop off here and do that, and just a little something to leave on. Just be good to one another. It's a hard world out there. Don't make it harder for others, because sometimes you don't know what other people are going through. So just be good to one another. Alright guys, so I'm going to hop off here. This is ChrowMurph15 signing off.